Here we are, Kawasaki VN Nomad 1600. Had a problem with it. Fuel pump, you know when you turn the ignition on, the fuel pump goes voot. It wasn't doing that. So I stripped it all apart. But then what happened was the battery went flat. So I tried to jump it and I had to loosen the tank and the bike caught fire. And then I went through insurance. Insurance wouldn't pay. So they damaged the bike. I got the bike back 5 years later. And I thought, you know what? Let's try and fix it. So I tried everything. Let's have a look at the bike. First of all, I thought it might be the fuel pump, which is located underneath the tank. There. Took it out. Connected it up. 12 volt. Pump works fine. So, must be wiring. Stripped all the wiring down. Found these two leads here is what connects to the fuel pump. And what was happening was, when you connected them to a live and neutral, fuel pump worked beautifully. But when you connected them to where it was meant to be, they didn't. This is a case of the fire. The bike wouldn't start before the fire. Same sort of problem. Check these connectors here, which are earths. The earths meet up, hook up. They're all fine. Stripped all these wires out, had a look, took all the fuse board off, cleaned it up. On the back of here though, I must say there was a lot of corrosion inside there. Cleaned it, copper slipped everything, put it all back together. Got a new one of these, thought it might be that. No. Got a new one of these as it wasn't starting. It's just clicking, which I think is the starter motor now. Anyway, went through all these for the ECU. I see the ECU then. So I decided to take the ECU apart, which I did. If you want to know what the inside of an ECU looks like this, here we are. I found the connection up here is where the power was coming from to the fuel pump. So I knew that it was getting power to the ECU board. I didn't know which chip it was to test it. I tested a lot of them. They all seemed to be okay. Anyway, a new one of these bad boys had to come from Japan at the cost of £1,600, I believe. And I said, no, I'm not paying that. That's why I decided to go for the insurance claim, because it caught fire, and get a new ECU. They took the motorbike, it was absolutely pristine, come back and they damaged it. All damaged, covered in dust, scratches all over it, tried to claim. They wouldn't have anything to do with it, so I thought let's get it going. So, I started looking at ECUs for exactly the same part number on eBay, couldn't find one. Kept looking. Went on a few forums and a lot of people said it doesn't matter. The 1500 ECU will run a 1600. Might just rev out a little bit more. So I thought, let's try that then. So I started. Anyway, I found a place in Poland. You got to take all that off. I had to take all that off to check these connectors here. Wanted to check all these. Because somebody said, oh, if it's not selecting neutral, but it was. So I had to rewire all this because of the fire. I had to rewire it all. But, you know, it's all got continuity to it. Everything's good. So anyway, I found a place in Poland. Now, what he did was on eBay, he had the whole lot, look. And the ignition switch, the tank, everything. The steering lock key. There's the ECU. That's what it looks like. Now, it's a different part number. There's the part number. There's the part number up there. It's a different part number. As soon as I got it, I put it on the bike. As soon as I put it on the bike, jackpot gold. Fuel pump started. So, I now know it was the ECU. It was the ECU fuel pump. One of them little modules burnt out for some unknown reason. Parked it up. You come to start it and it wouldn't start. Most probably had a jump somewhere or overheated at some point. My plan is tape all the wires up, get all the wires taped, get all this retaped. Just started doing it. I thought I'd do a quick video, get them all taped up. These, although they look pretty bad, they're still there. I'm just going to tape them all up, or I might cut it off, but just to get the bike running, I'm going to tape all this up because I know it's all good. I'm going to put some matting here underneath there, tape it up where it rubs on the tank. Those wires go all the way. I chased it all the way back, all the way back. I'm going to connect all the wires up and then see if she fires up. Stay tuned and let's have a look at this bad boy. Right, that's the wiring all neatened up. So I get the tank on now. Put some reinforcing here where it rubs on the frames. Right then, got it all back together. Tank on. Hide all the wiring. Put all this stuff back together. Tied it on. I'm trying to work out how everything went. Oh boy. Taped everything up. Taped a couple of wires up here. It's going to dump that there. Got some jump leads there. Go straight to the battery. Okay. Let's have a listen. Hear that? Do you hear that? Listen again. That's it. There you go. Beautiful. Side casing on down there, which is there. Get that together in a minute. And there she is. Full tank climb! She's ready to ride! Ready to ride! Woo! Woo! Looks like music to my ears, Daddy! I said, Daddy, that's music to my ears!